His arms gradually started to get bigger and greener, the ground cracking under his punch. Then, his shoes and clothes were torn apart. He slowly turned around, and there it was, the ultimate form of the Green Giant, the invincible Hulk. Suddenly, he accidentally cut his finger, and blood dripped onto the production line. Banner quickly used glue to seal the wound, then ordered everyone to stop working. Once the blood was wiped off, he finally felt relieved. But this time, he still won big. The blood touched the bottle's mouth and mixed with the soda. America's downfall began, and an old man ended up drinking and died instantly. The incident quickly caught the attention of the military because they detected gamma radiation in the soda. The general immediately ordered Banner's capture and called in Colonel Blonsky, known as the Killing Machine, to lead the operation. Although old Blonsky had plenty of battle experience, his opponent was no ordinary person. A row of tranquilizer guns was fired, only to find the place already empty. By that point, Banner had escaped through the window and was already downstairs. He was controlling his speed to avoid his heart rate increasing and causing him to transform. During his escape, he ran into some thugs he had previously upset, and they cornered him in a warehouse. Old Blonsky quickly led the team, and with Banner's heart rate dangerously high, Banner suppressed his anger and warned the thugs not to provoke him. But the thugs didn't listen and started beating him. The result was immediate. One thug was launched hundreds of meters away. In the dark, Banner transformed into Hulk, and his skin was as tough as steel. Nothing could pierce it. Even when the soldiers switched to real ammunition and fired wildly, Hulk showed no fear. When Hulk finally turned around, Blonsky saw his true form. What was supposed to be a capture mission turned into an extreme escape. Hulk lifted a forklift and smashed through a wall, disappearing into the night. The only survivor, Blonsky, questioned the general, asking why he wasn't told about the terrifying monster protecting Banner. The general replied that the monster was actually Banner himself. Banner had participated in an experiment to create the super soldier serum that made soldiers stronger after injection. Blonsky, fascinated by the idea of gaining such power, chose to become a test subject himself. He injected the serum and became a creature more monstrous than Hulk, the Abomination. From there, an all-out battle began. Hulk fought the Abomination in an intense struggle, throwing cars and breaking everything in his path. After a fierce fight, Hulk managed to prevent an explosion from destroying the city, and even saved Banner's girlfriend, despite being severely exhausted. However, the Abomination kept attacking, determined to kill the person Hulk loved. At that moment, in a burst of uncontrollable rage, Hulk used all his strength to subdue the Abomination and defeat him. But at the last second, his girlfriend intervened to stop him, not wanting Hulk to become a killing machine. Despite his immense anger, Hulk, staying true to his humanity, let him live, knowing that even though the battle was over, he would always be seen as a monster in the eyes of humanity.
Bruce Banner, a brilliant scientist, is accidentally exposed to gamma radiation during an experiment. Since then, whenever he gets angry, he transforms into a colossal and unstoppable creature, the Hulk. Exiled in Brazil, Banner works discreetly in a bottling factory, trying to keep a low profile. But one day, a simple cut on his finger changes everything. A drop of his blood falls into a soda bottle, which ends up in the hands of an unfortunate drinker in the United States. When doctors detect traces of gamma radiation in the man's system, the military realizes that Banner is still alive and launches a mission to capture him. General Ross sends the ruthless Emil Blonsky, an elite soldier obsessed with power. With his team, he tracks Banner to his workplace. Sensing danger, Banner attempts to flee, keeping his heart rate in check. He knows that a surge of adrenaline could trigger the monster within. But fate has other plans. A gang of thugs he previously confronted corners him in a dark alley. They strike him, taunt him, and that's the last straw. His heart races, his muscles swell, his eyes turn green. Within seconds, he morphs into an unstoppable force. With a single swing, he sends his attackers flying. The army arrives, opening fire, but bullets bounce off his skin. Even Blonsky, with all his combat skills, is powerless. Hulk smashes through a wall and vanishes into the jungle, leaving chaos behind. Back in the US, Banner searches for a cure. He sneaks into a university to recover his old research. There, he reunites with Betty Ross, his long-lost love, who helps him retrieve crucial data. But before they can escape, the army ambushes them. Soldiers surround Banner, releasing tear gas. As he chokes, the transformation begins again. His body erupts with power, and the Hulk emerges, roaring. The military deploys new sonic cannons that emit devastating shockwaves. Hulk staggers under the assault, but with sheer willpower, he rises. A single punch destroys the cannons. Blonsky, now enhanced with an experimental serum, challenges him. He's stronger, faster, but no match for the Hulk. With a single strike, Hulk sends him flying across the campus. Grabbing Betty, he leaps away to safety. Meanwhile, Blonsky becomes obsessed with the Hulk's strength. He demands more serum, craving power beyond human limits. Against all caution, he injects himself with Hulk's gamma-irradiated blood. The result? He mutates into a monstrous creature, the Abomination. Now uncontrollable, Blonsky rampages through the city, leveling buildings and terrorizing civilians. The military, powerless, turns to their last hope, Banner. Despite his desire to rid himself of the Hulk, Banner knows he is the only one who can stop the Abomination. He boards a helicopter and, in an act of faith, leaps into free fall. He crashes into the street. Silence. Then, a massive green hand bursts from the crater. Hulk is back. A titanic battle erupts. The Abomination wields metal chains, hurling Hulk through buildings. But Hulk fights back, using cars as makeshift boxing gloves. The city trembles under their clash. As the Abomination attempts to crush Betty, Hulk reaches new levels of rage. Wrapping a chain around his enemy's neck, he tightens his grip. The Abomination struggles, gasping for air. But just before delivering the final blow, Hulk hears Betty's voice. She pleads for him to stop, and despite his fury, he lets go. Hulk has won, but he knows that no matter what, he will always be hunted. He vanishes into the night. Days later, Banner finds refuge